Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bastion. How are y'all doing this morning? We are back for episode 5 of Valhalla. We have successfully stopped ourselves from being distracted on this next day. Hopefully, it goes smoothly. We already went through all this stuff in the previous episode, so let's just, go to work. Good evening. Is that how she starts every day? I think so. Oh, hi there. I was expecting the bar to be different before opening hours, but I guess it's just the same tired thing. Who are you, even? Rude? Alma? Ah, Leonidas. Gillian. Marcelo. I stumbled across her on my way in and asked her if she wanted to tag along. Did she just make up names for us? Sure, make yourself at home. Where's Boss? She didn't put the helmet on again, did she? She went out for a bit. I don't know what for, but she'll be back. Alright. It's just me and Alma, I guess. Make yourself comfortable while I prepare. Oh, right. The important preparation of 12 repeating copies of a neon glow lights. Time to mix drinks and change lives. What was that? Oh, you know, it's just my catchphrase. It's my YouTube intro. Huh. I went to a school that made us stand with our hands on our backs when someone came in. That habit didn't rub off until high school or so. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Just a habit that didn't go away. A glass with a signature. I'll see what's either an autograph or an impromptu medicine receipt. That Kira Miki girl came here yesterday before her concert, actually. Oh, yeah, now I see her name here. Kira Miki. You don't seem surprised. I like B-Link more, actually. Oh, we got a hipster. The stoic-looking duo, huh? It would be. Seems like you had a better day than mine yesterday. I had to break up with Damien. I see. Want a drink? You don't seem very surprised. Alma, we've known each other for what? A few months now? I'd be interested if those relationships of yours went further than a week or two. You say you broke up, but there's not usually enough time to foster something to break. It's more like the guy wasn't what I wanted, so I stopped flirting. Yes. You could pretend to be more interested, you know. Now, like my mom says, if I don't buy it, it's because I know the product. Hey! Speaking of buying, do you want a frame? A frame? Okay. Yeah, for all these pics you have of your boss, the ones filling your phone's memory. Dang. Some scene sneakily taken at that. Is that true? What do you care? How the hell did you find that out? So it is true! Shut up. I'm a hacker, remember? You shouldn't piss off a hacker. I really like this one of her sleeping in her office. I think I'll copy it. You! Hey, can you make me a bad touch before we keep arguing? Fine. Bad touch. Bad touch. 2 Bronson, 2 Power Word Delta, 2 Flanurgada, and 4 Karma Trine. Boop. On the rocks. Mixed. Boom. Let's serve it out. Here. Rude. Who gives these drinks their silly names? Probably the game developers. Usually the one who registers it. Some people have quite the silly sense of humor. Like that girl who keeps laughing over this particular drink's name. Yeah. So who's Damien again? The one with the nice car. Oh, that narrows it down. Thank you. Sure, he's also the manager at a bank, but the car is what caught my eye. And what was wrong with him? Turns out he was a LARPer, one of them dirty nerds that do roleplay. What's wrong with LARP? What do you have against LARP? Sounds like the nickname of a very heavy-handed writer or a military organization. Okay, what did he roleplay as? Have you heard of the Woodstock fairs? Those events like Woodstock? Are they role-playing Woodstock? Those events where people barely dress, stink, roll in the mud, and fuck in the open? Those are hippies, yeah. He frequents those, and it's something I'd rather not deal with at all. If I stayed with him, I'd eventually have to. I mean, I need to support my partner in what he does, but if it's something like that... You see, that's the problem right there. You say breaking up like you had something formal, but most of the time you're still getting to know him. Think about it. Have you ended your longest lasting relationships for things like those? Okay, sorry for not using the right word or whatever, but I'm still sorely disappointed. And at least I'm trying to get some action. When was the last time you spent the night with someone else? Wow, okay, just gonna ask that. Last night? Your cat doesn't count. Hey! My cat is beautiful. My cat can also talk, so... A year ago. It was messy. See? I mean, I have no idea how you deal with that. If I were you, I would have pushed fuckboy over there into a closet ages ago. Excuse me? Okay. People have different needs and priorities. Yes, but don't you miss having the warmth of someone else at your side? That's what my cat's for. Using him as a pillow. That's what my cat's for. Mixing your perfume with theirs. That's what my cat's for. Putting your head on my chest. That's what my cat's for. Listening to them breathe as they pet your head. Definitely what my cat's for. Come on, Alma. Dozing off knowing they're there, watching you, protecting you. Jill? Anything I can make you to shut up and drink? I'll have you know that my Uncle Juan taught me ventriloquism when I was 12. Drinking won't stop me from talking, or making tasteless puns for Aunt Rosa. That's not how ventriloquism works, but okay. Something weird. A weird drink. Something different, experimental, uncommon. Promo drinks. Let's see. The Bad Touch was sour, classy, vintage. So something sour, classy, or vintage. Bitter. Nyeh. Spicy. Sour. Promo bland. Yeah, probably the Zen Star. But let's look at the others real quick. Just, familiarize ourselves with the Piano Man. Piano Man, sour promo strong. Sweet promo happy. Alright, and the Bad Touch, that was just vintage. So, I'm thinking the Zen Star? It's certainly strange. 4 of everything. Okay, 4 of everything. All on the rocks and mixed. Here you go. It's unique. It's a promotional drink made to commemorate a movie. Read, they leapt at the chance to sell drinks that would be unmarketable otherwise. Oh. Your orders are weird today. They are? Yeah, usually the first thing you ask for is a Brantini, and then something like a Cobalt Velvet or something similar. Well, I sometimes feel like I need something different, Something tells me part of the reason you left this Damien is because he was too deep into routine. Maybe. His LARPing routine. Speaking of routines, as a hacker, what's your opinion on the whole Alice Rabbit thing? That's the silence of somebody who just heard something stupid. Stupid enough to warn the speech they've prepared just for the occasion like this. As always, very perceptive of you. I talk to a lot of people here in this dive bar. One at a time. I've never seen more than one customer at a time in this bar, so I really get to know people. Well, we're back. They just couldn't handle our Zen star. Its energy was too powerful for a single game to contain. They had to spread it out across 2 sessions. Now let's hear about Alice Rabbit. Or maybe I got hacked by Alice Rabbit. That's probably what it was. Alright. You know, decades ago, there was this group of people that hacked simple sites with an agenda. Can't remember what they used to call themselves. I just remember that it was just petty vandalism. Anyway, everyone that participated started using the same name. They wanted to create this anonymous anarchist identity. The whole Alice Rabbit thing is the logical conclusion of that. It's what happens when that idea reaches its breaking point and goes mainstream. What is that thing with her hair doing this? Is it just the world's craziest cowlick? I just noticed that. What is that? Alright, anyways. It is no longer a group, but an individual. An untouchable entity watching from the shadows, monitoring and judging everything anyone does. Observing, tolerating no one but itself. A lot of bullshit for what's essentially a pet the press made up. The antithesis of your usual boogeyman, if you must. So you don't think such a person exists? Don't know. Don't care. I mean, we have seen the actions of such an entity. But it might be anything. An individual, a group, an AI. That's not taking into account all the copycats and pranksters using the name. So, Alice Rabbit is a thing that exists, but it's also really muddied overall. There's something else that worries me, though. That kind of stories always catches the attention of kids and such. They start trying to hack stuff without knowing the risks or consequences. Imagine if, suddenly, a group of tweens broke into this bar and started asking for drinks. That's how it feels for me, and it's thanks to that gosh dang Alice Rabbit thing. I see. Enough of that. There's a more pressing matter at hand. Oh yeah? You've been delaying my invitations for hanging out some time for too long! Do you hate me that much, Jill? Does my presence make you that uncomfortable? No, at this rate, I might just crash by your apartment. That way you can't just say no. Maybe I'll also crash for the night. We could have a sleepover, braid our hair, tell stories all night, shower together. Wait. You know you need some human warmth in that place. Your tits alone would fill my entire bathroom. This is not family friendly. Man, you react too nonchalantly. It's no fun. React a little bit. Let me tease you for a second. No. Refuse. Hard pass. In all seriousness, though, any particular reason you keep turning down my invitations? I mean, it's not a date. I just want to have a conversation with you outside these 4 walls. I'm not a morning person. I thought Jill was better than that. I don't think she'll fit in on this channel. I registered for a night shift precisely to avoid waking up early. The earliest I've asked you out is 10 a.m., you know. That's early morning by my standards. I've been at work for like an hour by that point, come on. I mean, it's not that I don't want to hang out. I just don't want to wake up early. You are hopeless. Anyway, I'm gonna need another drink here. Like, say, a big Brandini. There we go. Back at it, Alma. Brandini. So much addle hide. Because we got double everything to make it big. 2 Carmetrine, aged, mixed. Boom! There you go. You know, Brandini is such a weird name. It was originally supposed to replicate the Martini. Problem is that BTC got a hold of a brand of vermouth that was named after a certain automobile company. What's the BTC? The Bitcoin? So on a weird whim, they changed the name. I see. You know, I was wondering. Yeah? Don't you worry about what the people you work for might be doing with the information you provide? Not really. Not my problem. You know? Do you worry about what happens when people leave this place drunk? Not really, most of the time. Well, neither do I. Why should you? Do you get people drunk? Some say my beauty is intoxicating. But that's besides the point. I get my payment, do my job, and forget about the whole thing. You make your job sound so easy. Once you understand what precautions to take, it's no problem, and I've always found my job fun. However, most of my contracts are consultancy-based gigs. It's not like every day is a thrill. You meet up with your clients, or... I don't. It's always from behind as many filters as I can manage. I remember I once did a job where I had a couple of kids relaying letters. For security reasons, right? Actually, she got a robot hand? Have we been talking to Luke this whole time? Because that way I lose a lot less time. I don't have to deal with clients hitting on me or pestering me after the job's done. Rip. I also don't have to lose time proving my worth because big boobs equals small brain or some shit like that. Big oof. I mean, protecting my identity is one of the reasons, but the few times I've shown myself, they weren't even risky or dangerous jobs, just run-of-the-mill security checks. I don't know, maybe I need to show up as a disheveled nerd or something. Give them what they expect to see. Or just don't show up and save myself the trouble. Why all the questions? No, just things I've been curious about and always forget to ask. So many Alice Rabbit headlines have made me wonder about the hacking business too. Oh, I'll remember to ask you things next time then. Well, I'll take my leave now. See ya! Peace! Out of here! Little warning on that exit. Just gone. Hello, sugar. Ow! Hello, Mr. Donovan. I knew it from the color. Like my pop used to say, never touch the ass of a woman with metallic arms. I think it's more like plastic and carbon fiber. They're hard as fuck, and that's all my abdomen felt. Do you normally greet people that way? I'm a man that can't contain himself when he sees something he likes, kid. Ah. So you're a kid, not me. Because you can't control yourself, Mr. D. Oh, don't worry, you're safe. You're flatter than a field at my summer house. Wow, okay. Bit of advice, you shouldn't provoke the one serving you drinks or food. Don't be offended, kid. You have your audience, I'm just not part of it. Today I'm making this a quick one. Gotta tend to business in a while. Having said that, I'll just have the huge. The huge. The huge magooge. Usually magoogely. He wants a big old beer. There's so much Karmatrine in beer. And all mixed. Boop. Boom! Here you go, the huge. Sure, this'll work. What brings you today, Mr. Donovan? And that girl I interviewed yesterday is coming again in a couple weeks. So I was working to clinch an exclusive interview. Did you succeed? I got an exclusive interview with her. Just saying, Mr. Donovan. Maybe not as good as you think you are. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? A pervert? I'm Donovan D. Dawson. I always get whatever I want. Sure, I had to blackmail the editors of other outlets, but the end result is what matters. I see. Wait, blackmail? Wait, what? Just gonna slip that in there? Cool. You'd be surprised the type of stuff you find out when you get the right people drunk. Hey, the signature on that glass over there. Ah, crap. Yeah. That big-titted Lilum was here? She came yesterday before the concert, yeah. Anything juicy come out of her visit? Ah. Gossip-worthy? No. Tabloid-worthy? No. Come on, there has to be something. Well, her love for what she does is so honest and pure that anyone who tries to ruin it would be ashamed. Or should be ashamed. Oh, don't give me that shit. Throw me a bone here, anything. I've got nothing. Nothing. Everyone has a price. How much for you to spill the beans? I'm serious here. She said nothing that could be used against her or that you didn't already know. Fine. Hey, kid. You think Lilim have nipples? One beer, and he's already... he's getting worse every time we see him. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've seen a couple pornos where they have them, but they could be modded, you know? So yesterday, while interviewing the singer Lilim chick, I kept wondering if those tits had nipples. I mean, I'd be fine without them. The curiosity's killing me. But I'm even more curious about the engineers that design them. Can you picture a room full of people discussing whether or not the tits on a Lilim look good? A bunch of guys and a lesbo engineer wondering if the latest model's vagina is good enough. Man, God bless those sons of bitches. Donovan, you have a problem. You have a problem. You need to seek help. You need to seek therapy. You need to talk to someone about your misogyny and your weird addiction to the woman body. Any interesting preview of tomorrow's news? You expect me to share my information when you wouldn't share a scoop on a singer? How can one share when there's honestly nothing to share? I'm gonna be a good citizen today and let this one pass. Have you heard of a group called the Harbingers? The Harbingers? Nope. There's some group wanting to overthrow the White Knights. I read their manifesto in the bathroom once. Interesting piece, and even better makeshift toilet paper. They talk about how the organization is corrupt, full of mob bosses or something like that. I think I've heard about that. The one White Knight I met seemed nice. They sent a message to some outlets saying they have proof of their claims. That they're gonna release it to the public tomorrow. Oh! No way that could go wrong. Nope, can't. I think racking my brain. No way that releasing that evidence could ever go wrong. Just straight to the public, not to any sort of authorities or people with power, or just straight to the public. Got it. Alright, kid, give me a Bleeding Jane so I can call it a day. Bleeding Jane. A Bleeding Jane. Spicy, classic, sobering. Flanner Guide. Bleeding Jane. It's like a Bloody Mary, but it's bleeding lame. Blended this time, though. Boom. Here you go. Simple enough for you, I see. So I've heard this. This is Dana Zane's bar. Dana, Donna. Donna Zane's bar, is it true? Yeah. Never thought I'd hear about the undefeated of the West again. More so after that incident with the Bears. Where is she? Out running some... Wait, Bears? 6 years ago, cash-strapped Dana Zane entered an underground ring for money. Faced 10 enraged grizzly bears, and she beat them all without killing them. I heard she set them free afterwards, too. And you were there? I was drunk and bored. What can I say? Is that where she lost her arm? Did we finally get the truth on where she lost her arm? Can't remember. Too drunk. Maybe she had a prosthetic then, too. I heard someone there suggest that she lost it after throwing a baseball out of some stadium. Throw it so hard her arm fell off. But that sounds more like an unsubstantiated rumor. More like something she made up. Well, I gotta go. Next time you see Dana, thank her for winning my second yacht. I knew betting on her was the right choice. Please don't come again. I don't want to see you again ever. Actually, I'd be really cool with that. All right. Let's save it. Boop. And that's all we got for today's episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had a blast recording this. I hope you had a blast watching this episode. There's just a lot. There's just a lot. Why is Donovan such a terrible person? Alma at least seemed okay. Like, she seemed decent. She has her own, like, bag of issues, but she's not, like, actively terrible to interact with. Anyways, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, all the YouTube shenanigans. It really helps the channel when you do that, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to see y'all in the next episode. See ya!